This is the Yaheetech PU Weather Armchairs, the two-piece set in retro brown. My first impression was simple, low, wide, and inviting, with that mid-century vibe that looks good from every angle. I expected budget accent chairs to feel flimsy or plasticky. What surprised me was how solid the frame feels once everything is tightened, and how the seat lands in that sweet spot between soft and supportive. I had some early doubts about faux leather and assembly, but I'll tell you exactly how it went and who these will suit. The shape leans modern retro, a low profile with a slightly slanted back that encourages lounging, and a clean, boxy seat that reads tasteful rather than bulky. The metal side frame is rectangular with a slanted support bar that gives it a bit of an industrial edge. The armrests are metal wrapped with padded faux leather, so your elbows aren't pressing on bare metal. The back pillow is loose, which looks casual and lets me adjust support easily. The upholstery is PU leather, basically a durable faux leather. It's smooth with a light grain, and the retro brown color lands close to what you see in listing photos. It wiped clean after a coffee drip without leaving a mark, which is a big plus for daily use. The size feels dialed for small to medium spaces. The footprint is about 31.5 inches deep, 25.5 inches wide, and 32 inches tall. The seat sits at 17.7 inches high, so it lines up naturally with a coffee table and keeps you in that relaxed reading posture. The seat itself is generous, about 22 inches wide and roughly 19 inches deep. Wide enough for me to sit squared up or tuck one leg without feeling squished. The back angle is around 105 degrees, so it's noticeably more loungy than a dining chair, but not so reclined that it feels like a recliner. Unboxing is straightforward, and the parts are well protected. Assembly took some patience. The first chair went together in around 25 to 30 minutes. The second one made me work a little more. A couple of holes needed some alignment nudging, and I had to leave all the bolts a bit loose, square the frame by hand, then tighten in a cross pattern. From my experience, that solved the stubborn fit. Total time for chair number 2 was closer to 45 minutes. Not a deal breaker, but it's not a 10-minute project. If you've ever put together flat pack furniture, the process will feel familiar. Once assembled, the chairs feel stable. The frame mixes engineered wood and solid wood with metal legs and side supports. I didn't get any wobble on hardwood after I leveled the legs and snugged everything down. The feet glide without scratching. I still added small felt dots just to be safe. The weight rating is listed at 300 pounds, 136 kilograms, and based on how sturdy the base feels, I don't doubt it for everyday seating. Comfort is where these surprised me. The cushion is thick foam, medium firm with a bit of give, so I don't sink in and lose posture. The back pillow is simple but handy. I often slide it down for lumbar support during long reading sessions. The 105-degree slant leans me back just enough to relax without turning it into a nap chair. Breathability is acceptable for faux leather. I didn't feel overheated even during a longer sit. The one comfort note I'd flag is the arm padding. It's there, but it's not plush. When I push into it, I can feel the underlying structure. Day to day it's fine, but if you lean heavily on armrests, you'll notice the firmness. On build quality, stitching looks clean and consistent on my set. The finish on the metal legs is matte black and resisted scuffs when I moved the chairs around. Color consistency between the two chairs was good. I've seen some buyers get units with misaligned hardware. I hit a mild version of that on the second chair, but managed it with the loose, then tighten method. If you're unlucky and get a really off unit, a return may be the only path, so it's worth buying from a place with simple returns. Key features that stood out to me start with the look-to-price ratio. You're getting a cohesive mid-century silhouette with a little industrial flair that plays nicely in a living room, home office, or bedroom corner. The dimensions are smart for apartments or smaller spaces, and the seat width makes it feel more premium than the footprint suggests. In my opinion, the comfort balance is the reason to pick this over flimsier, cheaper accent chairs. The foam has enough resilience that I can sit for an entire chapter or two without shifting constantly. The PU leather is low maintenance and forgiving. Spills clean up fast, which keeps the chairs looking fresh. The included loose pillow is more useful than I expected because it doubles as lumbar support or a small headrest if I slide down. It's perfect for reading corners, guest rooms, and home offices where you want a good-looking seat that's supportive for 30 to 90 minutes at a time. It also works as a pair for a conversation nook with a side table between them. If you're over 6 feet and want a headrest, this isn't that chair. If you prefer marshmallow soft cushions, This will feel firmer than you want. And if you plan to use it as your all-day TV chair, I'd consider something with deeper cushioning and thicker arm pads. From my experience, setup is the make-or-break moment. Have a bit of patience, align parts before tightening, and don't force bolts at an angle. Once everything is square, they feel planted and reassuring. The finish has held up well after regular use. No creaks, no sagging cushions so far. The arm padding, again, is the one piece that reminds me this is a budget-friendly build. I'd recommend this for anyone chasing an easy-to-clean accent pair that looks intentionally modern, fits in tighter rooms, and doesn't collapse into a slouch after a week. If you're furnishing a home office, these make great client chairs because they sit upright enough for conversation while still feeling relaxed. If you've got uneven floors and need micro-leveling, note that the feet on this set aren't adjustable. I just used felt to fine-tune. In conclusion, the Yaheetech PU leather armchairs deliver strong value as a two-piece set with a style that punches above its price. They're sturdy once assembled, comfortable for everyday sitting, and simple to maintain. The 105-degree slant, 22-inch wide seat, and medium firm cushion make them a solid match for reading and casual lounging. The trade-offs are real. Arm padding could be thicker. Assembly might test your patience on one of the chairs, and the low profile won't satisfy anyone who wants a headrest or a deep lounge. For me, the overall package lands in a very practical sweet spot. Good looks, dependable comfort, and easy cleanup. If you like the aesthetic and can handle a bit of DIY, these will earn their keep. If you found this video helpful, hit subscribe and drop your questions or your own experience in the comments. Thank you for watching.